Where's the boom pole when you need it? You know, where's the boom pole? Wrap it round. I feel your head resting heavy on your single bed. I wanna hear all about it, get it all off your chest. I feel the tears and you're not alone. Will I hold you? Will I won't let go? Why should we care for what they're selling us anyway? We're so younger, and you don't have to be led, babe. You don't have to be scared, babe. You don't need a plan of what you wanna do. Won't you listen to the man that's loving you? The world keeps spinning and you can't jump off, but I will catch you if you fall. I can't tell you enough. I hate to hear that you're feeling low. I hate to hear that you won't come home. Oh, why should we care for what they're selling us anyway? We're so younger, and you don't have to be led, babe. You don't have to be scared, babe. You don't need a plan. What you wanna do? Won't you listen to the man that's loving you? Easy, easy, and a 1, 2, 3. Easy breezy, won't you come with me? Easy, easy, and a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9, 9, 9. Why should we care for what they're selling us anyway? We're so younger, and you don't have to be led, babe. You don't have to be scared, babe. You don't need a plan. What you wanna do? Won't you listen to the man that's loving you? Shadows settle on the place that you left. Our minds are troubled by the emptiness. Destroy the middle, it's a waste of time. From the perfect start to the finish line. And if you're still breathing, you're the lucky ones. 'Cause most of us are heaving through corrupted lungs. We're setting fire to our insides for fun.
I'm gonna go live now.
Let
me turn down Cog. Hey everyone, welcome to the happy hour. It is Kristi, and with me as ever is my co-host Kevin Logan, Kurt Flogan, the Kev, the Kevstar.
'Cause I'm right on time. Right on time, yes, I'm right on time.
I have a feeling that when you're in quarantine now, you're kind of breaking loose a bit here in the show, and I feel we get more of the Rory Katz view of you with all the singing.
Yeah, very much so. Yes,
Good.
He likes me being there, but mostly he likes sleeping, and the two are not necessarily. They don't gel well. Those two states of affairs.
Not right now.
I like singing at him.
Not the last 2 weeks.
He looks at me like, what the fuck are you doing?
Can you imagine what it is like to be a cat, and then every once in a while you just you've got this massive sort of monkey human that feeds you and lets you into
massive an animal many times your size who you rely upon for food so you can't really run away or anything.
Right. You got it
And
wrapped around
I'm
your
singing
finger.
80s pop classics at him.
But it does the annoying.
Frankly, an unfair volume.
Yeah. Yeah,
Is
you're
what
just
I would,
so
how
you're a
I
cat
would describe
just
it.
going about. You find a bit of sun. Oh, it's nice and warm. You get in there and you just have the heat on you, and you're doing your cat thing, and all of a sudden you hear "right on time," and you look back and you're like, massive monkey is like dancing at you, making noise.
Yeah. Exactly, just lying on the bed in the sunshine, enjoying some well-earned nap, and then all of a sudden it's Marconi plays the mamba. Listen to the radio.
And then do you lie up on the bed? Don't you remember? And then start petting
Oh
him.
yeah, I get up in his grill. Absolutely.
Oh,
Well, to be fair though, we've got a mutual not giving a fuck about the other one's personal space.
Okay.
Packed.
Okay.
Because he jumps on my face in the middle of the night.
Oh.
I scream pop lyrics into his face.
That's how you guys work out.
Perfectly
your passive
normal,
aggressive.
healthy human cat relationship is what I would describe it as.
Hey, Kevin, we've got an exciting announcement. Well, you do anyway, because you're the one who organized this for tomorrow night, right here on my channel. Can you believe it?
Yeah.
Tell the peoples.
Yeah, we're going to be having strip poker night.
With a camera on. You guys get to see Kevin's hair.
Yeah.
Kevin shows me his hair.
Woo.
I'm special.
Yeah, my pubic hair. Yeah.
It's a big, bushy, grown, ragged, and wild. What?
No,
Where
but
did you say
talking about disgusting things that no one really wants to see, we're actually going to be talking to Sargon.
Yep. Yes. Say a little bit more about that.
So, yeah, well, Carl Benjamin, failed politician, failed human in many respects. He's an idiot, as we know. And we took a look at a video of his yesterday, and we may take a look at another one today because it's ridiculous. On the same topic. And during the stream, he got in contact with me saying, basically straw manning the things we were saying. And I was like, oh, why are you even watching? Why do you care? What?
He's the person who secretly downvotes
if
the
parenting
video
is so
every
important
time.
to you, Carl, why aren't you looking after your children? Oh, yeah, almost certainly. Because there's always one. Like, even if you set it up like a day beforehand,
yeah,
there's still like a down vote on it.
A stalker downvoter.
Yeah,
so
undoubtedly, Carl. Yeah, so I was like, okay, do you want to actually do the stream then to Kristi? And then she was like, serious? I was like, yeah, go on. And if he wants to, because he seemed to be interested. So yeah, I organised that, and yeah, so 9:00 on this channel tomorrow night.
Yep, I'll schedule it.
Talking to a fucking idiot.
Yeah, if he shows up.
If he shows up, yeah. Which again, he's hit and miss, and miss.
We'll have to ask him if he had a big.
But if not,
shit
we'll just
if
rag
he
on
shows
him
up
again.
late.
It's
yeah, because his last excuse was he needed a tea and a shit. So.
Yeah.
So I don't.
I mean, you can't schedule tea.
Do you think Carl washes his hands when he's at home?
So, in Britain, you just have to have your. No, he fucking doesn't. I almost guarantee you, he's one of those. I mean, he might as well just wipe it straight onto his fucking hand. Disgusting.
So yeah, I can't believe we're actually doing this. But someone in the happy hour group did thank us for doing these things because they find them a needed distraction or a welcome distraction from the world, which is why we do them, honestly. So, yeah. All right.
I don't know what tomorrow is going to be like.
Yeah.
We've got a loose topic, no format. So
yeah, it could be.
It's just going to be whatever it is.
Well, let's hope
Carl even turns.
Yeah, let's make it not whatever Vosh and Carl did, because that was a nightmare. So let's see if we can stick to one topic without him asking random questions to put you on the defensive. And
that's not at all what's going to happen. That's all he ever does.
Okay, well, then we should have a drinking game.
It's just like you're talking about one thing and then...
Oh, your sound dropped out there. You're going to have to say that again.
I'm saying nothing again. I said it once. I don't repeat myself.
So, okay, so if Carl's going to be on tomorrow night and we know his tactics, I think we need to come up with some sort of either drinking game or a bingo card so that people in the chat can play along.
I don't know that I don't know that, given that it's on your channel and therefore terms of service, the ban hammer would fall on you. I don't know that me being drunk in a stream with Carl would work out well. Because I can only just about bite my tongue enough when I'm sober.
Maybe I will take a drink every time then, because I've got this really nice liqueur. I've been looking for an excuse.
You're tiny, so you'll be drunk in no time.
Yeah, that's true. I would be. Because, if we just did answers a question with a question as a drink, I should just be, like, let you guys talk, and I'll just keep track of all the times Carl does stuff.
Yeah. You might as well just, I might as well always write on your death certificate liver failure.
Yeah, at that point.
Before you've even started.
Yeah, I'll have to, instead of taking drinks, I'll have to sip my schnapps, I think.
Yeah.
Because I need to pace myself for a 2-hour show.
Yeah, indeed. Anyway, so that's happening. That's happening.
Yeah. So if people in the chat want to offer up other examples, like Carl contradicting something he said earlier, although that one's a little harder. Logical fallacy, definitely. Any kind of logical fallacy, like especially straw manning, we should call him out on.
Yeah.
So Carl, be warned. Don't bring your straw man arguments, because we're just going to mock them. And if he refuses to answer a question directly.
Yeah. Well, ironically, we might be looking at a thing he did with Stefan Molyneux. Even Molyneux pulled him up on a fallacy.
Ooh, nice.
Dichotomy in his stream.
Wow, even basic shitlords can see through his bullshit. So that's a good thing.
Even creepy motherfuckers like Molyneux can do him.
If he can point that out, then Carl's just blatant about his nonsense. So come back tomorrow night. We'll see if Carl turns up. If not, we'll just do a video he made and we'll make fun of him.
Yeah. We'll do something. It'll be something silly. So whatever.
All right. Do you want? By the way, I didn't mean this to happen. But the tweet, you can't see my screen right now, but what I'm broadcasting, I've dropped my bookmarks down to the bottom of the page because I'm going to put the Zoom thing here up in a second. But it just has your tweet from yesterday saying testicle news. That is sort of the banner on the bottom of our screen. Because I've got your.
Do you want to play that one first? Because I've got that bookmarked, but.
Okay.
It might be better for you to play the actual video.
Yeah.
My internet's shit.
That is true. All right.
So,
then I will share with you then. Sharing.
Yeah, this was amazing. Alex Jones is, and by the way, Alex Jones apparently Carl's something of a fanboy. We'll get onto that later. Alex Jones is obviously only true information on his show about the coronavirus. Actually, if you click on the actual tweet and go up to the main thing, it's even funnier. He has an even funnier phrase he uses. No, the Brent Carrot tweet.
Okay.
Or Brendan Carray, possibly.
Brett Carrot, I like better. Okay. We've got a couple clips here, besides testicle news. Which, I want to make that my ringtone.
Yeah, this one. I see the phrase that made me laugh so hard. Imagine... Well, I didn't hear anything then. So have you got?
No, I haven't played it yet. No, I haven't played it yet. I was just commenting on testicle news.
He uses a particular phrase in this 21-second clip, which made me laugh so hard yesterday that my stomach hurt.
Okay, all right. So it's
amazing. The idea that he calls himself a news show is remarkable to me.
All right, well, I'm gonna hit play now. So here we go.
I'm stressed, folks. I know you're stressed as well. I have really tried to be as accurate as I can on this. It's moved a lot. We knew it was big when it started. We knew it was an economic weapon. We know it's a real bioweapon. The question is, how deadly is it? It is reinfecting. It is targeting the testicles. And that means that it's got globalists written all over it for deep.
It's targeting the testicle.
The testicles. Targeting the testicles.
I don't know what that means. I've never seen that as a symptom.
Where do you even go with that as a statement?
Only down.
Yeah, no, I've not seen a single person complain about testicle issues.
No.
Mainly kind of lung, throat issues, that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas apparently in Alex Jones land,
testicles.
And he literally says, if you play the second clip.
Yeah, I'll play it now. Hold on, let me just scroll down.
And Testicle news. Imagine running a show where that's a thing.
You can download this and turn it
That should
into
be
an
a regular
MP3.
segment, Carl.
You can.
That should be a
loop
regular
it.
fucking. That should be a regular segment on Alex Jones's show.
Testicle
news with Alex Jones.
You're burying the lead here, so let's hear it. Let's hear it in his own words.
I love these callers. I want to get to everybody. I want to get to the testicle news. Let's jam in one more before we go to break.
Let's jam one in before the break. Genius.
Wow.
He doesn't even realise what he's doing. He's not even smart enough to realise that that's one of the great testicle puns of all time. Well done, Alex.
Jamming it in.
Fucking credit. Yeah. Genius. I mean, I'd say he needs to get on the ball, but he's clearly on both already. Hey.
Oh, by the way, since we're trying to do some happy stuff, here, by the way, we learned something this week. There's this house here.
What's
this
that?
is obviously Britain. The houses only look like this in Britain.
Yeah.
I recognize this.
Yeah, exactly. That is. Oh, you didn't need to tell me, Kristi. I know.
Yeah.
Instantly, I was like, that could be down the road.
Yeah. All right. So this is just a story in pictures. So this person made a huge sign. What is the black and white cat called? And then they stuck it in their mirror, in their window. All right. And then the best one, Walter.
Oh. Oh. Oh, delightful.
Isn't it?
Oh.
These are
That
the
is
little
nice,
stories
yeah.
we have to find.
I saw a video. I saw a video this week from Italy. I think somewhere like Milan. Of there was an apartment complex thing. So it was like 4 apartment blocks facing inwards to like a courtyard, and they were shouting across the courtyard during the day, playing battleships.
A4.
Basically, remotely battleships. Yeah. Well, whatever the Italian is, like
Yeah.
E4, and then you sunk the battleship or miss. They were
That's
playing
awesome.
battleships. It's genius.
That's really good. That's really, really good.
Yeah.
I approve of that.
Social distancing can be fun, if a
Yeah.
little bit weird.
Yes, it's the new normal. Oh, by the way, my new song that I've got stuck in my head is ASAP music Ferg, Value. Look at me, 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 look at me now. It's really good.
Don't know, Kristi. You're talking to an old man. I don't know what that is.
You're talking to a middle-aged white woman. Catch up. Come on. Keep up with the music of the day. Now, anyway.
Yeah, but you live in Germany, so you're weird enough that you're down with the kids, I think. Whereas I'm just a white guy.
At home watching sport.
I've watched in recent times because you got me into watching black people reacting to videos.
Yes.
On the internet.
Yeah.
And I watched a few about songs that I really, really love, and these people had never heard.
Yes.
And that blew my mind.
Yes.
And then I suddenly realised I'm a really, really white music guy. All of my music is really white.
Yes.
Like it's rock and roll and stuff, but it's these people had never heard it, and they were like, "Oh wow, this is okay," or "This is shit,"
or "This is amazing."
They'd never even heard it.
Yeah.
This is a song I have on the regular rotation iPod wise. Just saying.
And people have never heard it.
People had never heard it.
People in their 20s and 30s, or they're like, "Oh, now I know who."
Well,
this
I presume it's probably the same reverse. When people mention rappers, and I'm like, is that a person? I don't even know what that is. Who's Nipsey something or other? I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. All right.
Yeah. So I'm glad that you kind of got. Yeah. That's those are feel good videos, I find. And
they are. Their faces are a picture.
Yeah.
Because it's literally watching. They've clearly never ever heard this before because they're always like a couple of beats behind. And then you get the reaction because they don't know what the sound change is going to be.
Yeah.
Whereas I know, I'm anticipating.
Right.
It.
So
I know the key change is coming.
I know, especially with the Queen stuff. Yeah, I think that yeah.
Well, I saw one of them doing. Do you know the song "Up the Junction" by Squeeze?
No. Sing. I don't know.
No. Well, you should.
Okay.
It's a very good song.
Maybe I'll recognize it.
Well, you've heard of Jules Holland, surely.
Yes, of course, Jules.
A very young Jules Holland playing keyboard or piano. In that song. He was in that band anyway, and it's a very good song. Again, one of the regulars on the shuffle sitch, and this black woman who's I don't know mid-20s, maybe early 30s, reviewing this thing. Never heard the song before, and she was amazed. She was like, "This doesn't even sound like a song," which is sort of true. I get what she means by that.
Yeah,
it's a very individual thing. Doesn't even sound like the rest of their songs. It's very strange. Anyway.
By the way, there is the...
Some random geek's gone mental. Absolutely mental there.
Yeah, spamming.
Everyone needs money. Yeah. But everyone needs money, that's fine.
Yeah.
Go and give to all of those people.
That's true. Unless you don't have any money. But yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah. So I was going to say there are like heavy metal channels, like a heavy metal reacts to rap channel. So there's a bunch of white people reacting to hip hop music too. So it's not just in one direction. And of course they react to other things as well, but yeah. So it's just nice to see.
That might be more racist.
No. I mean, they're obviously like as new to the music because they're reacting for the first time as, black reactors who are listening to it for the first time. But, the difference is, like you said, I know all the white music. So I have a bit of an in there.
Well, maybe you could send me music and I'll listen to it for the first time and give my reactions.
Oh, yeah, we could do that.
That could be a thing.
I mean, your channel's demonetized anyway. You know
the music of the black folk, and I don't.
No, I so don't.
You're like my black whisperer.
I'm not even gonna go there. No, but
And can you send me translation into like white
Whitey?
people speak?
Yeah, into
because
hunky.
I don't know what's a homie.
Cracker,
I don't know what that
cracker
is.
Speak. Yeah, the one thing that you talked about, kind of going into somebody else's world.
Can you give me the honky version?
Yes,
please?
that's what we're looking for. Cracker version. One thing I've started to do a lot, and it's been really, I think, good for me, and also really interesting in expanding my worldview, is I've just started to follow a lot of people on Black Twitter. And now Black Twitter isn't an official thing any more than like left Twitter or whatever else. And then when they have someone who comments or they retweet someone, I'll follow that person. And I don't say anything. Like, I am just there to listen and absorb and get perspectives. And there's a lot of obviously different perspectives and takes and jokes that I don't get.
Clearly then, Diamond and Silk are a first go-to.
They do come up in the bookmarks, but no.
Candace?
Candace ends up in my
Miss
bookmarks.
Owens?
She's not one I follow, yes. So, yeah.
Kanye.
But yeah, I'll send you some. I would love to see you do some reactions. And on your main channel too, when it comes, if you record them now, you can put them up back in May when you unmothball it, because your channel is demonetized, so you don't have to worry about copyright strikes and
absolutely.
people claiming the song.
Indeed,
all right.
Yeah. Like, I'm not going to say, they're going to demonetize me. They can't take away more than all of the money they've taken anyway.
Speaking of Diamond and Silk,
yeah,
that was a nice segue. Did you want to see the clip I have of them?
Didn't we already play this? I feel like we already played this.
No, I'm pretty sure we did. We talked about Candace last time. We did two.
We did Diamond and Silk as well.
This is from the 30th. Did we? I don't remember. Because no, this was after. Well, maybe you saw it.
Or is it more Diamond? Well, I can't imagine Diamond and Silk being wrong twice in 1 year. So
I'm going to play it. You tell me if you've heard this before. I'll sing a couple bars and then you jump in if you know it. Now, I just saved it. I didn't even watch it. So here we go.
Okay.
In a matter of 2 weeks, over 1,000 people supposedly died from the coronavirus.
They're coronavirus truthers now. I don't know if you know.
Yeah, I think I'm sure we watched this last time, didn't we?
I don't think we did, but I'm going to keep going.
Okay, well, play on,
okay.
Kristi, play on. I'm desperate to hear what their fantastic argument
Tony says
is.
no Diamond and Silk last time because I have no idea who they are. So I think your Twitter consumption is blending through the days.
They speak for all black people in America.
So no, not
all
at all.
Of them.
So
they are the elected representatives.
No.
of all of the black folk.
No, I'm going to hit play now just to stop you.
In a 2 weeks time period, over 1,000 people,
mischievous mood.
after being tested positive, have died from the coronavirus. But it took 39 days from January all the way up to February the 29th, I believe.
Yeah, a disease that takes about 3 weeks to incubate, become symptomatic, and then send people to hospital and then keep them on respirators for up to 21 days before they die.
We definitely watched this last time. I'm absolutely certain we did.
Okay, well, Tony doesn't remember it and I don't remember it. So I think you're having a
But I want to
mandala
know
effect.
how she gets 2 syllables into the word died. Dad.
Well, ask people in Glasgow.
That's
They
what it
put
was.
3 syllables in the word world.
World.
Yeah. All right.
Eh?
So, yep, trutherism now with this nonsense.
That's
For the
Saturday.
first person
For the first person to die.
die.
Here's another thing.
Come on.
Here's another.
Yeah, that's called exponential growth. It's math. That's all that is.
It's maths.
Maths. Yeah, I wonder why you just hissed at me. All right.
Another thing.
Well, he works with Rory cats. If I hiss at him, he
Yeah.
stops. So,
There we go. All right, so I think that's enough of that nonsense.
Yeah.
Oh, did you see that Chris Cuomo had been diagnosed positive with coronavirus?
Yeah, and he's aged really badly. Look at him. See
Well,
what I did? I mistook him for his brother.
Well, we've been watching the Cuomo brothers go back and forth
Yeah.
on TV, and this was when Governor Cuomo brought it up at his press conference. Here we go.
Chris is positive for coronavirus. Found out this morning. He is going to be fine. He's young, in good shape, strong. Not as strong as he thinks, but he will be fine.
He can't help himself. He can't help himself.
That's Big Brother. Yeah, you can't. Not Big Brother in that sense. He's like a bigger brother than his brother.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what you do. Yeah, he's strong, but I mean,
Yeah.
I could still knock him out. Definitely.
Also, I've become a fan of men wearing heels. I think that this guy rocks these stilettos. It makes his butt stick out in ways that make me feel kind of funny inside. And I just watch this over and over.
Hang on. You're gonna have to break that down. Kind of funny inside.
Yeah,
what are you
like all
talking?
kinds of tingly and stuff. I mean, just watch his hip movement here when he's going now.
Moister than an oyster.
Yeah, look at this hip movement and that butt that sticks out. So basically, I am all for men wearing heels. I've decided more men should wear stilettos. Look at him shake that stuff.
But I would
Here we go. Oh,
wear
yeah,
heels, but
yeah.
my ankles.
Oh,
wouldn't take
yeah,
it.
shake that booty.
And
Oh, sorry, did you say
I'd
something?
be so tall. I'd be cracking. Yeah, I'd wear heels, but I'd be smacking my head on fucking railway overpasses and stuff. I'd be too tall. Ridiculous.
I still think it would be good for
What
you.
was the thing I hooked you into? You skipped past the thing I hooked you into.
What?
Scroll down.
No, there's just more.
Scroll down.
But. Okay. Oh,
It's the
this.
same video. There, yeah.
Okay, hold on. We'll go back. You stay.
Chris Cuomo, what he should have said was, yeah, I'd arm wrestle him, but I don't want to catch his dirty germs. Little prick. Well, that's
Oh, this is what you tagged me into.
yeah, this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. We're better at Zoom than the Prime Minister. This is
Undoubtedly.
Boris Johnson. This is the British cabinet. Right. So high profile, very, very secure. You would imagine, right? Some incredible stuff of national security being discussed in this meeting. And this is just a screenshot being put out by the Prime Minister. That you think that's fine. But he also added the address
Yeah.
for the Zoom meeting. So literally anyone in the world could just jump in.
It's
Like
it's right
foreign spies must be thinking to themselves, I'm going to be out of a job because they're not going to need me to hack into the British government because they're literally just putting it out there.
Yep, taking your
Fucking
security
hell.
seriously.
Yeah, we're better. We have better security on this show than the British government do,
That's a
which
sad.
is a little bit terrifying
Yeah.
because I have to live here.
Yeah, you have to now because you can't go anywhere else, even if you wanted to. I'm just gonna watch
Why
this
would
dancing.
I want to go to if God had wanted me to live anywhere else? Why would he have been wanted here?
Is that
That's
how it
the way I
works?
look at it.
Is that how it works?
That's exactly how it works. I can't help that other people decided to live in the wrong place, which is any other place.
Even Birmingham, outside of Birmingham, is the wrong place.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Wolverhampton. Fuck that. Jesus.
I'm just in booty land. I'm just enjoying myself here. Okay, I guess we should probably go
Yeah,
on.
plus he's got the pins for it.
Oh my gosh, does
I'd
he?
look like a fucking weird.
Well,
I'd look like a hippo drilling for oil.
you know, I think if
It'd be
you
ridiculous.
walked in them a lot, you'd develop really nice calves. So, okay,
I
enough of
break
that.
my ankles instantly. You've never seen me try and ice skate, have you?
No.
There's not a chance. I have the coordination of a fucking, I don't know.
What?
A
Drunk hippo?
or something. I don't know. Yeah.
Okay. By the way, also a little shout out to Mike there. This is what the British government's been reduced to.
Didn't you say to me before we started, I've hardly got anything?
I didn't realize how much I had.
You've got loads.
Yeah, I do actually. And it's only been 2 days.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this. When they call the goal is 100,000 to 240,000. That's our goal now. But it was only a flu a couple days ago.
Yeah.
But scrolling past this, oh, this is wonderful. Ever since we got the trampoline, the dog spends more time on it than the kids. Watch this dog. This is great.
Fair. That dog is enjoying that. That is nice. It's good to say. It's got moves.
Uh-huh.
I don't know which one's better, the guy in heels or the dog.
They're both good in different ways. Like the dog's got to be getting dizzy.
Well, I hope you aren't getting wet over the dog.
No,
I mean,
no, the dog just
obviously
makes
they're
me
better in
smile.
different ways.
Yes. But the dog had to shake off getting dizzy, I
Yeah.
think, there. So that's heartwarming. Oh, and this is just a video montage of of animals in tight situations. The dog's like, I need my space. Social distancing, man. 6 feet. He's fitting in there.
Aww.
He's upside down. This dog's
Aw.
getting sat on, squashed.
Aww.
Oop.
Aww.
That one is pretty funny.
Yeah.
Dogs don't have spatial awareness.
Aww.
Like, I'm stuck.
Aw.
I'll just give up.
But they will try again.
Yeah.
And again. And again.
This little guy.
Oh, his back legs.
Oh, he's stuck. Oh, there he is. There he goes.
Why have my back legs? Oh, why have my back legs stopped working?
Yeah.
No.
Oh. There's way too much music. Ah, make it stop.
Okay.
Sorry, everyone. My mouse went a bit mad there. Compilation of Fox News talking about how
not user
coronavirus.
error.
Yeah. Oh, for the second time in 2 days, police have charged a pastor with defying public orders against large gatherings by holding church services. Florida man. Pretty
Good.
sure that's Florida.
Good.
Yep. Oh, Don Lemon was talking about Chris Cuomo, and he got kind of choked up because he's worried about his friend.
That's my guy. You know that. It's been really tough.
I said you wouldn't forget me, and we're not forgetting him.
I've been distracted all night because I've been thinking about him, really worried about him. But
Yeah, how
thank you,
can you
man.
not? That's the human toll. So hang in there, man.
All right, thanks a lot.
Bye-bye.
Thanks. I can't read that. We'll be right back.
Really sad. This is
Oh.
this is the new temporary hospital. Remember we were talking about locations with domes just 2 days ago?
Indeed. Yeah. This is the new Nightingale Hospital.
Mm-hmm.
It took just said that 5 days in the XL Centre. Like I say, this will be the third time they've hosted a terrible disease. The first 2 times were MRAs. Yeah, and it's 1,000 patient potentially place. Yeah, so well, that's good, I suppose.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it's
very
a shame
good.
it's needed.
Yeah.
Because we had over 500 deaths yesterday, and that's looks like it's going to continue to increase.
Right,
and to the
because
point where even Donald Trump didn't mention it by name, but even Donald Trump was shitting on herd immunity yesterday. I thought to myself, when you're less scientifically accurate than Donald fucking Trump,
he was doing some
you're
real
a danger to national security. Very
revisionist
simple.
history.
You're a danger. You shouldn't be prime minister.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Boris. You shouldn't.
He was. Trump was saying everyone was saying we should just go through it. Everyone said that we should just stick it out, and I said, and like no one was saying that. Trump, absolutely no one was saying that. The way he reinvents his history.
You were saying the patients were going to get down to 0.
Yeah.
And they've done nothing but like exponentially grow since.
Mm-hmm. Or that we have 70,000
where,
people
like-
die a year of flu and we don't do anything about it. We don't shut down the economy.
Yeah.
So who cares? That's what he actually said.
Well, on that note,
Yeah.
we'll get to it in a second. But my first thing is pertinent to that. We'll get to it. If you ever fucking finish, Jesus.
Yeah, we're getting there. By the way, DeSantis finally caved in and he ordered a stay-at-home issue for all of Florida just a couple hours ago.
Oh, that's fine. It'll just be he's just cost hundreds of Floridian lives.
Yeah, also there's a
that's
ship
fine, that's
with
fine.
American
Never mind.
citizens on it that's literally just been, it's like a cruise ship that nobody will let them in. And they came to Florida now.
How are there still cruise ships doing this?
Yeah.
What?
Well, they were in South America and they were trying to like get off at various ports and they've been turned away everywhere. So they were trying to come into some Florida ports. And the Broward County.
Well, this is the time then. This is the time.
There are people saying.
Well, Broward County will get round to it, but it'll be 2 weeks late, like always. But this is the time now. This is your opportunity to become stateless pirates.
Yeah, that's true.
Who doesn't want? I mean, you might be diseased, but who doesn't want an eye patch? Come on now.
So we'll see what they do with that situation.
And they've been to South America, so presumably they've stocked up on parrots. So
Yes. So they got plenty of pirate things.
Potato.
All right. Another thing. Expect more Shift in the next couple months because Adam Schiff is drafting legislation to form a Coronavirus Response Commission.
Shifty Schiff.
Yep.
What's he up to?
Like the 9/11 Commission. How did this go so wrong, and how do we avoid it again?
Well, before you've even started the bad bit of this, you've already got more deaths than on 9/11.
Yeah. It's complete failure.
And that's, I think, absolutely fair. There any Republican complaining about this? Was it 4 Americans died at Benghazi?
Mm-hmm.
And they had how many investigations?
17 or 13.
I think if 100 to 200,000 Americans die, and it could be worse than that. Who knows? This is the Trump White House. I don't trust a fucking thing they say.
No.
But if let's just say it's 150,000, let's choose the midpoint. That needs to be investigated. That's slow.
Yeah, it's incompetence, especially when you look at it. Okay, yes, raw numbers wise, we're going to have more because we have more people, but per capita, we should not, because supposedly we have the best healthcare system in the world. Allegedly, that's what the politicians keep telling us.
Haven't you already surpassed China's total death numbers?
I think so. Do you actually want to look?
Yeah. I don't, but the point being that China has 3 times the population.
Yeah, well, China,
so
of course.
Before you've even got to the bad bit, if you've already surpassed a nation 3 times your size.
Well, okay, what we've learned from coronavirus is that when humans move around, it spreads. And the more you move around, the faster it spreads. And what Chinese government can do that the U.S. government couldn't is just shut down an entire state and not let anybody leave. And the states, it's spread to literally all 50 states. We had no containment.
Yeah, no, that's true. I'm not suggesting that you can contain in exactly the same way. And to be honest, I don't want governments to have the right to be able to do that because that's rather authoritarian. In China, they were literally sealing up people's doors, forcing them to not leave, which I don't want the government ever doing anything like that. But the point being is that if America had acted quicker, if America had acted in those initial days, rather than just going, oh, no, it'll be fine. It'll be done. It'll be just one day we'll wake up and it'll be gone. A literal thing Trump said. Then many of these deaths could have been potentially avoided.
Did you hear Mitch McConnell's new justification for how badly Trump did?
Oh, because of the impeachment?
Yep. It's all the Democrats' fault.
Over months before.
Yeah, February 5th.
This got to America.
I mean, we had our first death, I think it was on the 21st of January, but impeachment was done by the 5th of January. And Mitch McConnell was on the floor of the Senate on the 26th of January saying that they needed to get prepared for a response. So, yeah, all this revisionist history. And then they asked Trump about it, and he said, well, of course I did think about it, but I think I handled my response perfectly. I think we've done a great job. So was it something I was thinking about? It was a hoax, and then he went on that, but then he gave himself high marks. because that's what he does.
Ridiculous.
Yeah. So, by the way, this guy, John Byrne Murdoch, is getting known for basically descriptive statistics, but he's the one doing it at the FT, and he does a really good job. I tweet him out every day, so if you follow me, you'll recognize him. That was the Zoom thing. Okay. Oh, so then the last one is actually Ben.
No, that's the point. The point isn't even using Zoom, because I don't know if they can be secured, but don't
The ID.
literally put the fucking thing out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The ID number, like I'm about to do.
You're not even making the spies work.
Yeah, but the thing is, I don't pay for mine, so even if someone tried to hack in, they couldn't get in because we can't have more than 2 people. My account is the free one.
Yeah.
So, all right, we ready for this Ben Shapiro and his crap?
Please,
Okay.
I can't wait.
Okay, the fact is that striking in a time of pandemic, not because of bad worker pay, but because you just want more money. I'm sorry, everyone else lost their job. Everyone else lost their damn job.
He's talking about the people who are exposing themselves to coronavirus by going into work, like Amazon and other places. By the way, that's who he's shaming here for wanting hazard pay.
And I know, Ben, that you're not in your usual studio. That's strange. You weren't prepared to go into work, but Amazon workers should for like minimum wage.
Yep, you get to stay home, have shit delivered to you, but you're saying that they shouldn't get hazard pay for going outside?
Also, Ben, you dickhead. Surely demanding more pay is literally the basis of wage labour. The employer tries to pay as little, and the wage earner tries to earn as much.
Mm-hmm.
So the basic core tenet of that interaction, in your eyes, is that they just want more money. But that's the point, isn't it? Are you suggesting they shouldn't be able to get a wage increase?
Amazon's going to make a lot more money because of this, because everyone's turning to them.
Amazon have been raking it in recent days because everyone has to have shit delivered.
Yep. By the way, I'm going to just take a pause here because I need to reach for my other water. I've already gotten through half a liter.
So Kristi's going to be pissing herself, literally, during this show. So
I'm a thirsty girl. Okay, we are set.
Listen out for that.
Yes. Well, we've been going for almost 45 minutes.
Indeed.
So.
Well, we just saw that with the dancer. Yeah.
Yes. I am thirsty for. I don't think. I kind of get the feeling he wouldn't be into me though. I'm just kind of, my gaydar is going off a little bit, but who knows? Maybe he's bi.
I reckon I've got a chance.
I would hit that, and we might both hit that. Who knows? Okay. Anyway, more Ben nonsense.
Okay, like, if I were Amazon and I had the capacity, I'd fire everybody who strikes right now.
This is why he doesn't own a business and he doesn't live in the real world. These are the people who are going into work are the lifeblood of Amazon, especially now. And he's just going to fire them and then have even worse service, and then have more people not get what they need.
Yeah, Amazon's
for a little less money.
Yeah, Amazon's been begging for delivery people. They've been desperately trying to get more people on board. They're really not in a position to be sacking anyone.
What he's failing to actually apply here,
extreme cases, obviously,
he's failing entirely to apply market principles, which is there's more demand than there is supply, and so therefore their labor is more valuable, and they're in a position to ask for more money because their labor is worth more. That's just the facts.
Free markets are only supposed to benefit companies, Krista.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah.
When capitalism doesn't work in the interest of the uber rich, all of a sudden Ben becomes a protectionist.
Yeah. It's amazing how his principles are fudgeable. Okay. Hitting play.
And I'd bring in workers who are willing to work. I would, because it's unconscionable. The reason I say it's unconscionable is not only are you depriving people of the supply lines that are keeping the country running right now,
ignoring the risks that they're putting themselves to entirely when he's going off about his self-righteousness as a consumer.
Yeah. Not just that, but if they're the lifeblood of the country, surely they need to be paid as such.
Yeah, because they're taking risks we aren't, because we're staying home.
You get remunerated in a great capitalist system. Yeah, in the great capitalist system, you get remunerated based on how much people desire the product and labour that you have to put into that.
Yeah.
So the fact that these people are a lifeblood, as you say, they should be able to get way higher than the pitiful wage that they're currently on.
Is Amazon?
So this is just the free market in action. This is a rebalancing of society's priorities and therefore where that money gets distributed.
Well, the fact is that if any of the employees get sick because of exposure at work, Amazon's not going to pick up their medical tabs and pay for their paid leave and make them whole. That's why you have hazard pay. You pay people more because they're going to be at higher risk. They're going to incur more expenses. And it's remuneration. It's compensation for the risks they're taking. We do it for firefighters. We do it for police officers. We should be doing it for nurses and doctors and physicians' assistants and everybody who works in a hospital. I think there should be just a massive grant to all of the people who are still working right now, not just in hospitals, but like delivery people and stock shelves. They should all get some sort of big bonus because the economy is being held up by them right now. So,
and notice how bankers haven't been going to work, but everything's fine.
Well, yeah, but a lot of that stuff is telecommuting.
Quite so necessary.
Well, I'm not necessary either.
Necessary, really?
No, it's when we've understood what essential things are.
No, but the point is,
they get paid more.
The point I'm making is that they get paid an absolute fortune for something that they could do in their pants, literally just at home, with just a shirt on and naked from the waist down, typing some buttons, doing a conference call. Whereas these motherfuckers have to go out there into Corona land and put their lives at risk.
And go back into the warehouse.
And get paid a pittance. And if they dare to speak up against their almighty masters, Ben Shapiro's going to lose his fucking shit.
Yep.
What an absolute turd.
Yep. He's got, because he as a consumer is more important than the lives of the people who are allowing him to get home delivery. I guess. Yeah. Anyway, hitting play.
Not only that, but Amazon offered you additional benefits already. This is not your striking because Amazon's forcing you to go to work. On March 31st, today, Whole Foods employees are going to call in sick to demand paid leave for all workers who stay home or self-quarantine during the crisis.
Well, that seems fair.
Free coronavirus testing for all employees.
I mean, one, Whole Foods is supposed to be like a more progressive employer. Two, paid sick leave because you're self-quarantining, that's to keep the food safe and your customers safe. These are not unreasonable requests. We're talking about 14 days of quarantining, And the cost that
just that,
would
but
be...
I have to point out how much this goes totally against his whole capitalist free labour thing. Are you suggesting they shouldn't be able to withdraw their labour, Ben? Because that seems a bit like slavery to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you have,
a little bit slavey, which I know you'd be perfectly fine with if you could get away with it, because I know you're a gobshite, but, at least try and stick to your principles vaguely.
Yeah, employees should have safe workplaces. Just like when we have people in prisons, we have a duty of care to make sure that they aren't exposed to a pandemic. There is a duty of care here when you have people under your purview. You're asking them to work for you. You need to make sure they don't get sick and potentially die doing their jobs. It's not that hard. Okay, hitting play.
Hazard pay. Here's the big one. Hazard pay of double the current hourly wage for employees who show up to work during the pandemic. You want your pay doubled just for showing up to work while everyone else in the country is out of work?
Not everybody else in the country is out of work. I mean, yes, unemployment did go to 3 million. I think there are 3 million new files claimed, but there's a lot of people who are telecommuting and getting paid. I am one of those people in Germany. I'm doing my work from home now. And if you want to look at it cost-wise, my employer they've shut down the building, which means they have no electrical expenses for this month. They have no travel costs, so there's gives and takes to this for businesses. And yeah, not everybody is out of work. So guilting people about not wanting to die for your home delivery of a sports kit, I don't think is ridiculous. You still there?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. No, I think you were making a good point, so I didn't want to interrupt, which is rare for me, but there we go. Yeah, and just I have to go back to the basic economic point here.
Yeah.
Ben, they know they're in a strong position.
Yep.
They've been in a very weak position, which Amazon have exploited for a very long time. Finally, through a weird set of circumstances, workers are now in a significantly stronger position. Yeah, ask for that. That's how that works, Ben. Tough shit. Again, it's capitalism when it suits them and protectionism when it doesn't.
If you look at the economic,
we're all atomized individuals who don't have any responsibility to anyone else when it suits them, and we're a society where we need to show solidarity when it suits them.
Yeah. One of the big economic effects of the Black Death was that people who were serfs and tied to the land, peasants, where suddenly their labor was in a lot more demand. And they were getting better offers to go work on other plots of land. And they started like moving around to get better pay because their labor was more valued. And eventually the government cracked down and tried to force everybody to stick. Yeah. But,
well, in England they did. They made it illegal to move off your plot, which basically legally enforced serfdom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, basically.
For the next 300 years ish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, you have a labor shortage. I mean, you got a lot of unemployment, but you also have labor shortages in particular areas. So those people are, within their rights to say, my work is valuable. I'm not getting paid what value I contribute here.
Yeah, exactly. And by the way, Ben, if they say they're going to call in sick until we get the benefit, Amazon are perfectly within their right to say, okay, that's frustration of contract, and they can sack them if they want. Then Amazon don't earn a penny.
Yeah, because then they've got to find people to work and train them and get them equipped and out there. And that's a huge cost. So what's less expensive, hiring new people and training them, or just giving people what they're asking for because they're taking risks?
Indeed. But poor people, Ben doesn't like it when poor people stand up for themselves. That's not how capitalism's supposed to work in Ben's eyes.
No.
Because Ben is basically a modern feudalist.
It's all about the shareholders. We have to make sure the profits are high for the shareholders, not the people who make the money for the shareholders. Forget them.
Exactly, yeah.
All right.
Exactly.
All right, hitting play.
You've got just enough to survive on.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Be happy.
So just be happy with that.
This is why Ben doesn't run companies, because he would fail as a business person. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, no. Okay, and by the way, the actual thing that Whole Foods has done, Whole Foods,
like a baby,
here in this article from Vice, has increased hourly pay for its workers already by $2 an hour in the midst of all this.
Wow, $2 an hour is what? An extra 2 times 7, 14 times 5. I hate doing math in public. That's an extra $70 a week.
True, yeah, exactly. But the fact that they're prepared to give them that clearly shows how desperate the owners of these companies are.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about like an extra $3,500.
My labor, it's worth a lot more than it was.
Yeah,
it's worth a hell of a lot more than it was last week. So you're going to pay me for that.
Yep. And if Whole Foods is still in business,
I assure you that, like Ben's, Amazon or Whole Foods, whoever, have absolutely zero fucks to give about or loyalty for their workers. They'll sack them when necessary. They'll ask them to take a pay cut when necessary. They'll try and destroy their working time and conditions when necessary. So why the fuck should the worker turn around and offer solidarity to the owners? Now they're in a bit of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, you earn your money. You earn your money when you've got the fucking chance, because the owners will stab these fuckers in the back as soon as they can.
Yep, and the only disposable income people have to spend when they go out are at places like Whole Foods or on Amazon. They're online shopping or they're getting emergency supplies. So these places are seeing business all the time. People are also stocking up. So they're doing a brisk business. They need people there to stock the shelves and check people out. So, yeah. Anyway, we're repeating ourselves, so we can just kind of go ahead with this.
Offered to provide 2 weeks of paid sick leave to workers who test positive for COVID-19 and said it would not penalize workers for calling out sick. So already saying we're not going to penalize you, we're not going to fire you if you call out sick. But you need to go get a test because we don't just want people staying home without getting a test, which is perfectly reasonable because you need the supply chains work.
Except when the tests aren't there. Aren't there. And the test cost to get a test is like, what, $3,100? All total, because you get a flu test and you get, who was the representative who did the marker thing? I can't remember her name now, but she ended up getting COVID as well.
Dave.
Yeah, but you can't require people prove it through a test when there aren't tests available because they're being used up by medical professionals because there aren't enough tests being made.
No, but Kristi, the free market also. Oh no, it didn't, did it?
No. It's like saying, oh yeah, you can have paid sick leave if you bring me a unicorn. Well, where am I going to find a unicorn?
Next to the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow.
Exactly. So he doesn't mention the lack of testing as a possible obstacle to getting your paid sick leave.
Yeah, and like you say, It's $3,100. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, it is.
So even if it's there, they can't afford it.
Right.
Because they were being paid a pittance.
Yep.
Because of the overweening power of these massive companies.
Yeah, and I think...
Which for a very brief window has been reversed, which is nice.
Yeah. But with that, I think insurance companies had made some agreements, but still, even if they end up having to do a copay and not paying the whole $3,100, they still just can't get the tests, so they can't get their paid sick leave. So it's a catch-22, you know? All right, hitting play.
Working.
Well,
Whole Foods
exactly. Well, as long as it's not a catch coronavirus.
That's fine then. Okay.
As long as they don't catch corona.
Yeah,
See what I did?
Yep.
God, I'm funny.
Worker in Chicago, organizer of the sick out, who wished to remain anonymous because they feared retaliation. They should be fired outright. The most obvious demand we have is for an increase in hazard pay. We're asking for double pay.
He's so angry about this.
Yeah, you say also it's when fears retaliation. They don't just mean being fired. I think, Ben. You're a nasty little fascist, Ben Shapiro.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Okay, hitting play.
Double pay. Since we first announced the intent to do a sick out, Whole Foods announced a temporary raise of $2 an hour, which isn't enough. Okay, I'm sorry. What happens if all the cops call out sick? They want
The cops already get hazard pay.
Yeah.
It's part of their jobs. Like, because they are at risk of dying.
Yeah, indeed, yeah.
Whole Foods workers are now at risk of dying too if they get exposed.
Good health care coverage as well, I believe, don't they?
I would imagine because they're state employees, so they would, or city employees, so they'd be on some sort of government.
So, I mean, Ben,
plan.
if you're suggesting that these companies are legally mandated by law, that they have to require these people to be given emergency worker status and therefore that kind of privileges or not privilege, which could benefits. Yeah, I'm sure they'd agree to that. Is that what you're suggesting, Ben? Because that doesn't sound very free market capitalist to me.
Ben isn't considering at all that some of these workers, if they go into work and they get exposed and they get sick, one, that's going to hurt their income. Two, they could end up hospitalized for going into Whole Foods or to go to the Amazon warehouse, and that's going to incur costs. Or they could die. And where is their family going to be? You really think that Whole Foods is more important to them than being there for their kids growing up? No way. No way.
I'm not advising people to do this, but if you work for Amazon and you see a package for Ben Shapiro, definitely don't cough on it.
No, actually, people have been arrested. Someone got arrested for coughing on food.
That.
Yeah. That actually, people...
I'm going around licking people's faces. Because it's April Fool's.
Oh,
so,
by the way,
why not?
Today was your first day out, wasn't it?
It was. Yes, I went to the shop.
Yeah.
And I've got, all I'm going to say is I'm having a three-way tonight with a guy called Ben and a guy called Jerry. Oh, yes.
Which toppings will you be putting on them?
Caramel choo-choo all down me. Lovely stuff.
I have caramel sutra in my freezer. Oh, no, I didn't. I finished it last night. It's gone now. I was just dreaming about it. I'm all kinds of thirsty. Been on my own for 3 weeks now.
Thirsty for the BJ.
All right, let's wrap this up.
Double pay. What happens if all of the medical professionals call out sick because they want double pay? You want to? It's funny.
Well, again, he's doing this weird comparison. That's like, but they have protective equipment. They're supposed to have protective equipment, and they're supposed to get tests for free. And they have paid sick leave if they need to. You know, all those comparisons he's making are just completely false.
When you go into those professions, you know that's what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know, when you go into police officer, you know that's going to be dangerous.
Yep.
When you work in hospitals, you know that's going to be dangerous. When you stacking boxes in a fucking Amazon warehouse, you're probably not expecting danger,
right?
Really, outside of the usual industrial type.
Yeah, something
you're not
falling
expecting
on
like
you.
shootouts or like fucking being infected by AIDS blood or some crazy
or
shit.
Ending up on a ventilator.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So that somebody could get
again,
home delivery of a new ballpoint pen.
Suggesting that the government forcibly mandate that Amazon have to pay these people and give them the benefits of an emergency worker, I'm sure they'd sign up to that, Ben.
Yeah.
Given the incredibly shit wages and no benefits they usually get.
Yeah, they didn't yeah, exactly. These people are performing in a pandemic in a way that sort of like when, if you want to make parallels here, Ben, when just random people, men, let's see, were called up for World War II, and school teachers and drivers and farmers became soldiers, and they didn't ask for that. They were put in that situation. That's what these workers are. That's what they found themselves. They're on the front lines, and they weren't even drafted. It's just by virtue of where they work.
But Ben Shapiro, from his comfortable house,
Yes.
is going to hypocritically say, "No, everyone else has to go outside so that I can get my free delivery of."
I can go to Whole
delivery,
Foods.
But, delivery of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you mean I have to have Prime to
My
get faster
delivery
delivery now?
My delivery of really, really shit, bland lamps for my interior decor of my house.
Everything being pale. Everything is tan. Now, what's that color?
Well, other than shirts, he doesn't like black.
Ecru. Yeah, that's it. All right, let's just wrap this up because he's annoying.
Everybody is happy to talk about people in the speculative market buying up coronavirus masks and then trying to sell them for $1,000 on eBay. This is the same damn thing.
No, it's not. Like, not even close. Not even close. Oh.
Not remotely. Not remotely.
All right, I'm done with this idiocy. I can't.
Yeah.
And that's it. I'm done. All right, so
But because he speaks so quickly, in 2 minutes he gets in the level of idiocy that a normal person would take an hour to get through.
Yeah. He's like It's like he's on coke all the time. All right. So is it your turn to share now?
Yes, which means you have to unshare.
I do have to unshare. I'm also gonna.
Then I can share.
Take off. Hold on a second. Wait.
move my
No,
screen
no,
into
no!
the
Don't do it yet. Okay. All right. Now you can do it.
I've done it.
Shit.
Am I on the screen?
No. Hold on. No. It was too.
For fuck's sake!
I said don't do it. Okay. Now you can do it.
Kristi.
Cock and balls.
What do you like?
All right. So
What
now
do
I'm
you like?
gonna relax and you get to be the host for a while.
Yeah. So this Toby Young, British quote unquote journalist, who's started up the Free Speech Union that people like Sargon and Tommy Robinson have tried to join and all the rest of it. Which just goes to show you that just because you've got free speech doesn't mean you've got something of worth to say.
That's true.
He
That's very true.
Put this column out. Like sometimes you just think silence is an option, guys. You don't need to actually say things. This is disgusting beyond belief. He wrote in his thing for, I believe, The Spectator. Spending £350 billion to prolong the lives of a few 100,000, mostly elderly people, is an irresponsible use of taxpayers' money.
Holy cow.
And
you just totally, yeah. No mask whatsoever.
And in the unlikely event of the NHS being overwhelmed, which, by the way, is not remotely unlikely, the majority of people whose lives could have been saved only have 1 or 2 years left.
What?
And those will not be good years. It isn't worth spending 185 billion to save them.
Keep going. Nor is it worth a 15% drop in GDP.
Yeah. But, oh, Jesus, my death would be acceptable collateral damage.
Oh, he's worth more, apparently. I would beg to differ.
What? Yeah, horrific. He's horrific.
Yeah.
What a gobshite. But that's fine. He's a Conservative Party member. That's fine, apparently. Apparently that's fine. Just basically calling for a kind of elderly genocide.
God.
Fun times. Anyway, that we've already seen this one, the Zoom meeting that any human being on the planet who saw that screenshot could have, which, by the way, isn't a screenshot. He took that on his camera, clearly, because he's got the bar underneath and everything. He took that on his phone, I think.
Yeah, you can see the reflection of the light.
Stefan Molyneux has been fun this week. I'd like to ask him why he thinks communism/socialism are. Immigration results from socialism.
What?
Apparently.
What?
Yeah. Don't even think about it. It's just everything. He's got like communism.
Don't even think about it.
I don't know, man.
Just let it wash over you.
Yeah. I told you. Brilliant. I told you, communism is the real virus. Corona is just how it spreads. So apparently, Corona is a communism.
And so is William Barr. Because he's talking about he's talking about the Department of Justice there, William Barr, also the Israelis, and of course Hungary. We haven't talked about Hungary. Have been making authoritarian moves on various parts of the scale. That's not communism.
Yeah. No, that's very, very much the other end of the scale. Communists in Hollywood, news, and academia have crushed rational criticism of communism and thus China for decades.
What is this?
There you go.
What? How is
Use
Hollywood?
capitalism to starve communism. But I like this because he clearly says there that China is communist, right?
Right, but it's state
Which
capitalism.
it isn't, by the way.
Yeah, it's totally state capitalism.
But also said that manufacturing fled the West because of social regulations. So it fled from the America, which is socialist, to China, which is communist. So communism's great then, apparently, according to Stefan. And by the way, Raheem Kassam, who is still using the DJ Khaled meme at this point? Come on now. It's embarrassing. Anyway, right. Still running cover for communism. So apparently the New York Times is communist.
How does that have to do with because evangelicals like Liberty University, where there are outbreaks. That's
but he's just like apparently they're running cover for communists. So the New York Times is communist
by covering news.
Good, yeah. Swedish feminism is just communism with angry cramps.
What?
Don't know what that means. Doesn't matter.
Oh, Sweden is basically doing the herd immunity, a modified herd immunity approach. So they allow like up to 10 people in restaurants, and they haven't sort of
that's pretty dumb. Yeah. But also in another tweet I didn't bookmark, he goes in about socialism causing that in Sweden, but the comparison was between the other Scandinavian /Nordic countries who also have the same system. So if they're socialist, if Sweden's socialist, so is Norway and Finland and Iceland and Denmark.
Yep, they've just taken different approaches.
Clearly, socialism isn't the dominating factor.
Mm-hmm.
Communist pandemics are bad, so we need communist control over the means of production. So both pandemics are communist and Barack Obama is a communist.
Well, of course, that goes as read. I mean, everything he says must be communism by Stefan in a Polish fashion spelling.
So Swedish feminism, China but not China, apparently, is socialist. The West is socialist.
Yeah.
The New York Times is socialist.
Everything.
Coronavirus is socialist. Pandemics are socialist. And Barack Obama is a socialist. Amazing. Communism doesn't mean anything, apparently. There you go.
Yeah.
I won't bother playing the video for this, but Robert Jenrick, who's a government minister here, was the sacrificial lamb on the media today.
Oh, all right.
Claimed on Sky News that we had 12,000 ventilators. Then a few minutes later went on BBC and claimed we only had 8,000. So we lost 4,000 in an hour, apparently. Or they can't keep up with the lies.
Yeah.
Whatevs.
Yeah, one of those two.
Yeah. Just simple, make the rich pay for COVID-19. Don't need to comment on that any further. That speaks for itself. That's from Albuquerque, New Mexico, which is a real place. And not just...
Not a place they talk about in
for,
Warner Brothers cartoons. I must have taken a left turn at Albuquerque.
Indeed, which, I mean, I don't know why you spell on it like that anyway. Albuquerque.
By the way, can I take a 2-minute break?
Anyway.
Or a minute and a half break while you do the Tim Pool thing here?
Oh, yeah, go for it.
All right, I will be back in a flash.
While I wait for you to get back, I'm not going to rush the Tim Pool thing. I think you'll enjoy it.
All right, well, you in the chat have a chat then. Or whatever.
Shall.
I'll be right back.
I'm not actually looking at the chat because I'm screen sharing, but I'll just... we're going to be doing a Tim Pool thing here in a second. I got into a heated discussion during the week with some peeps on the interwebs about the cheesiest movie of all time, which, by the way, the correct answer is Independence Day, obviously. Some people suggested like Con Air and stuff, and they are, don't get me wrong, they are cheesy as fuck. But in terms of proper film fromage, you can't beat Independence Day. Just, I mean, the Judd Hirsch character, the personological stereotypical Jewish dad, the Jeff Goldblum character's dad in that film, that character alone would put it in the top 10 cheesy movies of all time. amazing character. The fact that they let him onto Air Force One without any clearance whatsoever, and then into a national security meeting where he starts babbling about Area 51, and then into Area 51 with the aliens, who, by the way, are being looked after by Data from Star Trek. Where do you even go there? It's so cheesy. The bit where Will Smith punches the alien in the face and says, "Welcome to Earth." Amazing. That the single greatest worst film ever. The guy when he's kamikazes himself and goes, "Hey guys, I'm back," and crashes into the fucking alien spaceship.
Well,
amazing.
This wasn't
the cheesiest movie in the history of mankind.
I was to say that was not the conversation I was expecting to come back to.
Sorry, I was talking about Independence Day.
Oh, right, yes, which is, of course, that last scene is an homage to another film, right?
Greatest cheesy movie of all time.
Oh.
I don't care.
Cheesy.
I don't know. And Bill Pullman, the greatest fake president
You
ever.
did have an argument with somebody over
Ridiculous.
this on Twitter, I saw.
I did. That's what it popped into my head, so I was retelling people. Yeah, I'll go into an argument with that. Now, don't get me wrong, Con Air is a cheesy film, but
yeah,
in terms of celluloid fromage, you cannot beat Independence Day.
I actually saw Con Air in the cinema when it first was released. That's how old I am. I remember it because I had a terrible migraine. I had a terrible, terrible migraine, and I mostly didn't pay attention to the film because I was in so much pain. I just kept hoping it would get better, and it didn't. So I had to go home and lie down.
Well,
it was a bad night out. It's not the film's fault.
Why did you go to the cinema if you had a brain?
Well, it started in there because we were sat really close to the front.
No, but what? No, it's you.
You know, so our heads were tilted back the whole time.
Well, it's...
Yeah. And that was really uncomfortable, and it caused a headache. It sort of bored me.
Well, you shouldn't sit near the front.
Yeah, I learned my lesson. I sit in the back now.
Especially when you're really fucking short as well.
Yeah, because, well, you don't want tall people sat in the front if they're super tall, because then they're going to get in everybody's way. But anyway.
If I was super tall, I'd sit in the front, just to annoy people.
and be like,
eat food loudly.
Yeah, make me move. Shorty.
Anyway, Tim Pool, we talked about him before, right-wing grift, gobshite. Turns out he's also not exactly great to his relatives either. This chap, Reactor, is not Ben Shapiro, he's Tim Pool's brother.
Okay.
And tells a fascinating story, which I cannot verify whether the thing he says is true, and I haven't heard Tim's side of the story, but I'm just going to read through this very short, well, not very short, but short thread about the situation. He says, in-depth video on my YouTube channel coming soon. In 2015, I started a business by myself called Subverse. Last year, my brother, Tim Pool, and Emily Molly, I don't know who she is, stole this business and the social media accounts from me. To this day, they still lie about being the founders. And then there's
is this that website that he made all that money off of?
Yep. Oh. They even went as far as lying to investors about being the founders when they raised $1.2 million from crowdfunding investment.
Oh, he is such a grifter, but I didn't know he grifted off of his own family. Oh, man, what a piece of shit. I'm so glad you covered this.
Yeah, he's dirt.
Wow.
Yeah. Hang on. Pause.
It's not as easy as it looks.
It's not. It's not. But that was user error. I'm just shit. Anyway, Tim had no problem admitting in this video, I'm the sole founder of Subverse until Bill Ottman of Minds.com offered him $100,000 to replace me. On the 5th of June, 2019, Tim, Emily, and Bill locked me out of my YouTube channel and Twitter account, and then reincorporated it without me getting the CT.
Oh, what a piece of shit!
This is indeed. Hang on a second.
Stop, Tim. Shut up, Tim. Not now, Todd.
Well, it's not actually playing, but I'm just thinking about my broadband.
Yeah. No, I don't want to see his mouth.
Or bandwidth, whatever. Yeah. Despite making $50,000 per month
150
from YouTube, Tim still decided money. Apparently so. Tim still decided money was more important than blood and left me broke and homeless. He then threatened to kick me out of the house and leave me stranded on the East Coast if I went public about this. Yeah, some real dirt here, Tim. I learned a valuable lesson from blindly following my own brother.
Trust
What I
him.
realised after it was too late was that Emily had changed my Subverse social media accounts to have her personal email instead of mine. And then I thought, well, just a nice touch here. He's got his GoFundMe thing here, and clearly in the Poole household, in the Poole family, the beanie is genetic. It would appear.
Yes, in the Poole household.
It's a naturally occurring thing. They're born with beanies on their heads, and that's how that works. Apparently,
Oh, that's funny.
It's a full family trait. Some families have like high levels of cancer and diabetes. In the Poole family, it's beanies. Anyway, he then concludes by saying, I've been convincing myself not to tell anyone he did this because even after it all, I still feel bad, but that it could hurt him. But I'm tired of apologizing to him for getting blood on his hands after he stabbed me in the back.
Getting blood on his hands? I don't know what that's all about, but I want to see those receipts. Yeah. I want to watch that video.
You want to watch videos? Oh, on the in-depth one. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, when it comes out, we'll take a look.
Yeah, we will. Let's keep an eye on that.
Indeed, so.
Wow.
I got that from Vadim tweeted that, and I was like, I'm fucking bookmarking this shit out of it.
Yeah, nice one.
Yeah. Ariella Scarcella, we've talked about her very briefly. She's essentially the new female Dave Rubin. Quite literally, she's a gay person who hates trans and all the rest of it. Used to be, at least in theory, on the left, and is now doing the right-wing grift thing. And yeah, to say that she's asked her following not to be so hateful of the trans people, it didn't go well. She says, dear quote-unquote right-wing, don't know why she put those in quotes, babes, be kind and respectful to people if you want them to join your movement. No need to make fun of trans people who don't pass, etc. I haven't seen anyone who follows me do this. I have, by the way, Ariel.
Uh-huh.
But wanted to make sure no one does. To which some of her followers said, there are people with beards and boners claiming to be lesbians. Until that stops, this will continue to be a wacky shit show.
So that's, they're not, her followers.
Not really listening, are they? You want me to not make fun of this? It's comedic gold.
Honestly, the only thing that I would like to see heels, but that's, no, that's a great look. I love that look.
Yeah. Trace, someone says, trans women are women. No, they're not. It's trans women, compound word like crayfish. Okay, that's a weird analogy. Women is by definition adult human female, produces ova. So apparently children, female children.
Don't exist.
And, the elderly or the people with reproductive issues, they're not actually women, apparently. Which no trans woman will ever do. Though girls and menopausees ain't female either.
Well, at least this time they've taken their logic to its conclusion. We don't have to...
If that actually is the reanimated corpse of James Watt, he has gone downhill in terms of intellect. I think he should have stayed dead.
I would be surprised.
Just saying. I would too, but I want to know.
Yeah,
like,
and we all know that it's much more complicated than overproduction. But anyway, yeah.
And when we say overproduction, we don't mean producing too much of something. We mean OVA.
Correct.
Production.
Yes.
Anyway, do you want a palate cleanser of someone who put too much pepper on their egg and decided to the best way of going about removing the excess pepper, the overproduction of pepper, was to use the vacuum cleaner?
I do want to see this, please.
Yeah, this is from TikTok. There you go. Just gonna get rid of the excess, and it ate a fucking egg.
Of course it did.
Genius.
Of course it did. Why not just like dust it off with a napkin?
How did you? Yeah. Just go.
Yeah.
And
that'll do it.
I mean, it's going to make a slight mess, but you've already made a mess, and you're not going to have a Hoover eat your breakfast.
Can we watch? Oh, I was waiting for it to get sucked up again. You stopped it. Testicle news.
Oh, okay. Well, testicle news. Oh, Stefan Molyneux again. I will get back to the egg in a second. It says this is an amazing sound. Imagine the creepiness involved in this. Sex which never leads to babies is like writing and rehearsing a play knowing no one will ever see it. A sad and useless waste.
Says a lot about his
I
sex life.
quite enjoy it. I quite enjoy it, Stefan, mate. I've got to say.
That's like 100% of the sex I've ever had. And it wasn't a waste of time.
No.
Okay, I want to watch it. Zoop. And the pepper is still on the plate and the table. That's actually the best part.
Yeah.
Is that all the pepper she actually needed to clean up just still there.
Oh, genius.
So yeah, I just wanted to.
Anyway,
now your cock and balls are in
my,
everyone's face again, so I'm gonna have to make them smaller.
You're welcome. So, do we want to take a look at Carl and Stefan?
Someone is saying that Reactor is a troll. Don't take it seriously. Okay, we'll wait for the video. I mean,
yeah.
Put that out there. Yeah, like I said, I want to see the receipts. See what happens. Sorry. I'm a little bit tired. Do we want to watch?
Oh, you're so tired. Oh, I'm so tired. I've just been sat around all day.
Yeah, I know. It's really hard to
God.
sit around all day.
That's what she said.
Yeah, so there you go. You can see my token. He's a hip art. He's a white guy, hip artist. So my videos. Anyway, so where is this Stefan Molyneux Sargon thing?
It's on the ACAD daily thing.
Okay.
You're not sharing your screen with me.
Oh, okay. I will do that in a second, but I'm in the middle of typing right now, so you're just gonna have to wait.
Because you were talking about a white hip hop artist, and all I could see was you on the screen.
Yeah,
I thought
that makes sense.
Have you taken a different career path?
Yes.
Because
that's what happened.
I mean, now I'm interested. You have. It's awesome. I'm glad.
All right.
Because I reckon you got flow.
Well, maybe a bit. Okay.
I saw you speed rapping.
Oh, no, I didn't mean to. Yes, unsubscribe.
No,
Oof, that was a mistake. Don't always click the button right away. Could be a problem.
Exactly.
Well, like I said, one of these days on my bucket list, I'm gonna do some Eminem songs. I'm gonna rap along just to show what it's like when before
not the Q&A, not the Q&A. The
okay. The problems facing the West. Oh, this will be good.
Problems facing the West.
Because we know what Carl's problem thinks the biggest problem facing the West is. Do you remember?
Yeah.
The Muslims.
The Muslims win.
The Muslims win.
So, by the way, we'll only watch like the first few minutes and then the last 10 seconds for a specific reason. And also, do you want to get rid of the super chat me thing off the screen? Just lower it or something.
Their super chat?
I just don't want to advertise that.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, it's on the video. Yeah.
Better?
Because I just no, get the Screenlabs thing off the screen so we don't advertise these fucking Screenlabs.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
Just drop the.
Well, I can't because if I drop it below, then I'm dropping it below the play button.
Oh, okay.
So I really can't.
Okay. Okay. Well, you're just advertise it on your channel then, Kristi.
No, because I was thinking about putting our chat over it, but if I did that, then it would just hide behind the screen every time I played it. So, what I could do maybe is I can bring back Kitty for people who are watching at least, and put Kitty up on the screen. Where'd Kitty go?
Okay.
Come on, Kitty. Oh, there we go. Right. So you'll still see it, but we're going to put right in the middle there. Okay. Okay, now we got Kitty instead.
Yeah. So, I would advise, Kristi, you watch this before we do our thing tomorrow, the full thing at some point.
Okay.
If you can fit it into your busy schedule.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to move some things around, I think. But, okay. I just like the line.
Well, you already got a small apartment, so yeah,
that's true.
I presume it's like a fucking Jenga puzzle.
All right, so I think we're ready to go here. So the first couple minutes and then the last 10 seconds.
Let's.
Okay, here we go.
I'm joined by Stefan Molyneux, host of Freedom Main Radio, and a man who spends his time terrorizing left-wingers with pertinent questions. And
is that what we saw him doing on Twitter? Like,
Yeah.
considering what
Apparently.
we've just seen.
Calling everything communism.
Yes.
Pertinent.
Everything You
apparently.
Don't Like Is Communism by Stefan Molyneux. All right.
and uncomfortable observations, and he's generated quite an interesting following and reputation because of it. And he's often maligned very unfairly in the same way I am, in fact.
Well, why do we criticize, not malign? But you criticize Stefan Molyneux because he's a racist, and so is Carl. So,
well, it gets even better because know what Carl says in a second about both Stefan and Alex Jones.
Okay.
Fact, because he entertains questions that are difficult to answer and things that are uncomfortable in many different circumstances. Stefan, how are you?
I'm well, Carl. I'm very well. It's an exciting time to be around. It's a great time to be a thinker, and it's one of these.
He's saying this during a global pandemic. It's a great time to be a thinker.
Well,
my
it
ears
might
working?
be, but these two would never know because they're not capable of thinking.
No. Okay.
So.
Great tragedies of having been right for so long, warning people about communism, warning people about China and the great unmarked predator that's prowling the world these days, and being a philosopher.
So he's really happy he can demonize China while people are dying, but it's good for him. Right.
But my communisms.
Yeah, communism, I forgot. It's all about the communism. Okay.
It's like being an oncologist. You always hate being right. You know, like, oh, it's going to be bad. It's going to be bad. Got to watch out for this stuff. And it was like, oh, you're crazy. My TV is very cheap, and that's all that I need in the world. Yeah, and now that, of course, things have come to pass, that, this open borders, this offshoring of manufacturing, particularly the old healthcare manufacturing, which seems a little bit more important than a cheap plasma TV, has all come to pass, and it's all very bad. I guess if I was a slightly more petty person, like maybe 1%, I'd be like, in your face, world, I told you so, you didn't listen, too bad for you. But fortunately, I'm above all of that. So.
God, is he disgusting.
Yeah.
This is why he will never get employment off of
YouTube.
YouTube.
You're explaining there.
Well,
and also he's describing capitalism.
Yeah, not
the
communism.
Offshoring of those jobs. Yeah.
But he didn't do this with the hog
those jobs
farm.
are going to a supposedly.
Oh, we've got a really bad lag now. Sorry, you go ahead.
No, go on.
All right. Well, my point was going to be that, first of all, he didn't do this with the H1N1. And also, when it comes to this, in terms of how it's been handled, the Chinese government managed to contain it, whereas the capitalist countries have not. And also, he's just a terrible person for being happy that this is happening. You can tell he's happy about it because of the smile on his face when he talks about it.
Yeah, socialist Cuba had to send doctors to capitalist first world developed Italy.
All right, hitting play.
I mean, I'm not saying that's like definitively socialism is therefore better. I'm just saying that's a thing.
Yeah. Okay, I was focusing more. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to hit play so we can get through this. Carl's just smiling at this shit-eating grin. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, things are good. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. You and Alex Jones seem to have the curse of Cassandra, where you keep saying things, but no one believes you, and then something happens.
Testicle news? This is who he's. Testicle news guy.
Yeah, he's basically saying Alex Jones is both right and something of a prophet.
Yes, as is Stefan Molyneux.
I'm genuinely going to ask him tomorrow. So what did Alex Jones get right?
Yeah, exactly. Give us a list.
Please do illuminate that long list of things that Alex Jones has gotten so
We
right.
have the clip of him, that we had on earlier that you tagged. But yeah, I'd be interested to know exactly what Jones got right. All right, hitting play.
And
maybe it's the gay frogs.
Maybe that's what Carl will come up with.
Oh, I hate that guy, so I don't want to admit he was right. Right, so let's talk about eggs. Let's begin with the.
That's not Carl saying he hates that guy. Apparently, the leftists are the problem because we hate Alex Jones and don't want to admit he's right.
Because he's not. Yeah, I want to know where. Yeah, I want to know where Jones got it right. Here's the other thing about Alex Jones just says everything. He says all kinds of things. So if you say it's going to rain every single day, eventually you're going to be right. It doesn't mean you're a prophet.
Yeah.
And
yeah, exactly. Yeah, if you predict the end of the world every day from now to the end of time, eventually it's going to happen. Yes.
Also, when you twist facts to fit into your conspiracy theory narrative,
that's not predictive.
Yeah, that's not. Yes, that's not prophecy. That's just spin. That's what that is.
And he does. That's the thing. Often he will spread like tiny elements of truth and spin them into something crazy. My favorite, I think, ever is still the suicidal shrimp. I must have told you about them.
Go on.
An amazing Alex Jones story.
Tell him again. I don't.
The actual story was it was somewhere on the coast of Louisiana. There had been which obviously is in America for anyone who doesn't know. There'd been like a chemical leakage from a plant, which may or may not have been corporate malfeasance. It may have been a genuine accident. Who knows? But either way, it was like a release of toxic shit into the local water supply. In this bay where there's lots of fishing of shrimp and stuff, right? And they started to notice a significant drop off in the number of shrimp. So they started to scale back the amount they were catching, and it was still going lower and lower. Eventually, they found out what was happening was this chemical spill was fucking with the photosensitivity of the shrimp to the point where they were going too close to the surface. The birds were then able to catch them and eat them, and the stocks would weren't replenishing quickly enough.
Okay.
And so that's what was happening, right? Which, perfectly straightforward, easy to understand. They've sorted it out. It was fine. Alex Jones turned that into the CIA, because it's in the government documents, you understand. He never reveals them, but he's definitely saying that.
Yeah, of course.
The CIA had purposefully developed a thing that they were going to put into antidepressant drugs because they want people to commit suicide because of the depopulation, which is going super well, considering the Earth is over 7 billion. This depression thing, chemical, which they were purposely putting into the local water supply to test on the shrimp, to make the shrimp suicidal, because apparently shrimp have the cognitive ability to understand things like mortality, apparently, in Alex Jones land. And making them go closer to the surface so that the birds would eat them and they would be committing suicide via seagull. He's mental. He's fucking mental.
Yeah.
So we took an actual story, which was sort of vaguely interesting, into crazy conspiracy land.
Yep.
So, I mean, just madness.
By the way, the Trump administration,
Anyway,
the EPA's pretty much like lifted a bunch of regulations on companies for pollution while the pandemic is going on. But, there's no difference between Democrats and Republicans and how they govern. So, Yeah. So we're going to see a spike in pollution because of the Trump administration doing sneaky stuff during the pandemic.
How does that make America great?
Yeah. Oh, but it's good for businesses because it cuts their expenses, so more profit. Anyway, hitting play.
Thorny contention of eggs. Could you explain to me the meme that is the empty egg box, please?
Well, sure. I mean, I've been talking about this for years, but I guess I kind of hooked into a particular item on the menu known as Taylor Swift.
Oh.
So I guess it's like a lot of people, myself included, you will mark time a little bit by celebrities. Like just a little bit. Not a lot, but a little bit. And I remember, of course, being older, that Taylor Swift came along like this fresh-faced cherub in her teens and seemed to have the entire world ahead of her and so on. And, like Sting goes bald and Taylor Swift almost turns 30. And it just kind of struck me. Like I watched a couple of her videos. My daughter liked her songs when she was younger. And I was thinking, oh, she's turning 30. Seems like a nice Christian girl. I mean, I know she's gone a little bit feminist and globalist lately, but, seemed like a nice girl, not great at choosing.
A 30-year-old woman, he's calling her a girl. Just the perspective he has on her here. Just wanted to point that out.
And not just that, but but again, what does globalist mean? Can any of them ever give me a description?
Ask Carl. When he hears globalist.
Well, I've asked him before.
Yeah.
I've literally asked him before, and his answer was, well, George Soros.
I don't think that's who's...
He's a human being. He's one person.
Yeah.
What do you mean? And also, by the way, well done on dispelling the whole, it's secretly about the Jews thing, or choosing a Jewish guy. Well done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's subtle. All right, so he asked him a question about eggs, and like 5 minutes later we'll get a question, or get an answer. But okay, just let...
Well, we did cover at the time the Taylor Swift eggs
yeah, his
thing.
obsession.
But he'll explain it again, because he's not ashamed of a thing that is deeply shameful.
Yeah, the fact that he is sort of harassing a woman, apparently, to turn her into a meme so that he can channel his obsession with women's reproduction. Especially white women's reproduction.
Oh God, this is the thing. When these two are the thought leaders of the white race, I don't know that their extinction is necessarily a bad thing. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You know?
All right.
I'm not saying I want it to happen. I'm just saying if it does happen, swings and roundabouts, you know?
All right, hitting play.
Men and all that, but she's young and famous, and I thought, gosh, she's smart, she's talented, she's pretty, and
his connection is terrible.
All of that go down the swirling drain soup of history.
It's going through Carl, isn't it? So.
Fair enough. Yeah.
I was like, so I put out this tweet.
Because generally, I have to say, Stefan's technological side of things is fine. I don't remember having watched a million of his videos for various things, and that's going back 4 years or something. I made the Descent of Manosphere on him, and I don't remember him ever skipping out. I remember thinking to myself, his internet connection's amazing. So the fact that this is being hosted by Carl, this is Carl's broadband being shit.
Okay.
There were very few things I will ever defend Stefan Molyneux on, but his broadband is impeccable.
Okay. Yes, his broadband you're complimenting really more than
everything.
Him.
Everything else about him is fucking disgusting, but
his broadband service provider is okay.
Is flawless. He's made a good choice in terms of broadband provider. You're quite correct.
Okay. All right.
A discerning broadband customer.
Okay.
Is literally the best thing I can ever say about Stefan Molyneux.
All right, hitting play.
Which was, wow, Taylor Swift is turning 30. By the time you're 30, 90% of your eggs are dead. I hope she thinks about having kids.
90% of your eggs are dead? That doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, they're dead. Kristi, that's how it works. They just collect, I presume, at the bottom of your knickers in a big pile of dead eggs.
Women get pregnant all the way through their 30s and into their 40s. Your eggs don't just die. There's not an expiration date. Over time, it becomes more risky and they're not as great, but it's not like they're just dead. Oh, he's just such an idiot. Okay.
And not just that, but regardless of that, just imagine how creepy you have to be as a human being to think, oh, this pop star's turned 30. I'm worried about the number of eggs she may be able to produce.
Exactly.
In
This
her
is
ovaries.
creepy.
What the fuck is wrong with you? You don't know this person.
No.
Why would you be remotely interested?
No idea what her...
in their
genital
particulars. What the fuck?
Yes.
It's so unbelievably creepy. He makes my skin crawl. He really does.
How old is he now? Is he twice her
And I love
age?
the fact that Carl, in a second, Carl just... I don't think is he 60? He doesn't. I don't think he's 60.
Oh.
I don't know, but I'd say he's late 50s. Well, maybe he's 30s. Should we Google him?
Yeah, I was actually
Should
just
we Google
getting.
Stefan
I was
Molyneux's age?
just getting my phone out actually to do it. So, do you want to make your point and I'll look it up?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was just it's unbelievably creepy. And Carl, a bit says that they're both libertarians, which isn't true because they're both for some sort of weird artificial insemination situation or something, but in a kind of really spineless way where they try and deny it. And also, Stefan Molyneux literally said that if a woman was going to have an abortion, it should be legally allowable for you to tie her up in your house and not let her go to the abortion clinic.
This is why he will never have a job.
Not libertarian, then?
No.
Really?
By the way, he's only 53.
Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly. And the fact that YouTube hosts him Yeah, well, no. To be fair though, he has had cancer, so that's going to age the skin. And actually, the one thing I will say, even though the job he does is disgusting, the only positive thing I could possibly ever have to actually say about Stefan Molyneux is, even during all of his illness, during the cancer, he still kept going. I've got to give him that, because he looked unbelievably ill at points.
Yeah.
Like, he looked like a cancer patient. Like, he looked fucking awful. No offense to any cancer patients, but you know what you look like.
Yeah.
I'm not revealing anything to you there. Yeah, and he kept going. But the thing is, then I'm then saying he kept going with his racist bullshit during his illness. But I at least admire the spirit of being able to get out there and do his thing.
Yeah.
Even though his thing is not worth doing.
Yeah, we've got two guys here who talk about women in terms of breeding. So,
yeah,
these are meeting young minds.
Dishonestly, we won't get that far. But later on, he says this is entirely coming from a place where we care about women.
No, it's not.
No, it isn't.
No, it's not.
It's not remotely.
Because you're not listening to women. If you cared about women, you would hear why some women are infertile. So why are you shaming women who are infertile? It's a medical condition. There's nothing they can do about it. Other people, you know what? People who are the best parents are the people who want to be parents. And if you don't want kids, why would you tell people you have to have kids? It's not just like a weekend thing. It's the rest of your life.
Just that, but they want people to have kids, but they're both against any governmental help to raise those kids.
Yes.
So what you want is a nation of poor people with lots of kids.
That's kind of the result.
That can't go badly. That can't go badly at all.
Yeah. All kinds of things to ask Carl, which we will never get to tomorrow night. But anyway, okay, hitting play.
I think she'd be a fun mom. Now
and,
that's it. Now,
and what happened to that?
I think she'd be a fun mom. No. I mean, who the fuck are you to have opinion on her motherhood skills anyway? And then even if you had that opinion, why? Yes, because he's a misogynist who...
She could be cracked out of her fucking head. You don't know anything about her.
Yeah,
only what I'm not starting that rumor, by the way. No. I'm sure she's perfectly fine. But the point being is you have no idea. You have literally no fucking idea about her parenting skills.
I think...
She could be unable to tie her own fucking shoelaces for all you know.
I think you would be a fun mom. Therefore, whatever future you have planned out for yourself, screw that. You should get pregnant. If you don't, I'm going to shame you.
Yeah. And not just that, but creepily talk about the ongoings of your uterus.
Yes. Reducing you to your eggs.
Fuck?
Yeah.
At no point have I thought to myself, I wonder what's going on inside Stefan Molyneux's balls. I don't care. It's irrelevant.
You can ask Carl what's going on inside his balls tomorrow night.
Again though, I don't just see Carl as a set of balls.
Well,
to be honest, I barely see him as a set of balls. But there's so much more nonsense going on there that I don't just reduce him down to his genitals.
Testicle news.
Because that's really, really creepy behaviour.
Testicle news.
Don't do that. Yeah, exactly. Well, ask Carl about testicle news. Yeah.
Was he prophetic about testicle news?
Yeah, it's attacking the
testicles.
testicle. Oh no, targeting the testicles.
It's targeting the testicles. Yeah.
So coronavirus is a ball sniper.
Basically.
Nice.
All right.
And by the way, just for anyone who needed clarification, everything Alex Jones said in that clip is wrong, just completely wrong.
Oh, of course it is.
Don't listen to these two chuckle fucks either.
No,
frankly.
of course this is 100% wrong as well. Okay.
Yeah.
Hitting play.
Because Stefan Molyneux, by the way, has actually stated, I think it's in the pinned tweet on his account on Twitter, that this coronavirus is a Chinese bioweapon, which apparently they released on their own people, because that works.
Has no one reported that as spreading disinformation about coronavirus? And why not?
Possibly, but I don't know how they're dealing with it in Canada. I'm not sure.
Fair enough. Okay. Hitting play.
Apparently, can I give you a sort of imitation of how I came across the people?
Please.
All right. Ladies, you must all be herded into the vat of the fertile women, and you will be impregnated by right-wing Nazis against your will no matter what, and you will have no way of escaping this, and you will breed the master race no matter what. Right.
So that's his actual wish, by the way. Like, that's what his goal is.
Well,
So he's being honest there.
Yeah, well, exactly. Yeah, I mean, he's trying to say that that's the straw man version, but that's actually what he wants.
Yeah.
You won't ever say that because you don't hold out the crazy. So you just go, no, I care about her fertility. I think she'd be a good mom. No, you want her to fuck a white dude and create a white baby.
Yep.
That's what you want.
Yep. Okay, hitting play.
I'm looking forward to that.
Oh, I saw. I thought that was you. For some reason, again, men's voices jumping in. My mistake.
Being clipped out of context.
Yeah, that is going to be out of context for sure. But hey, there's no such thing as bad publicity. I don't care what you say about me. Just please try and spell my name right. But no, so this is how I came across. Just saying, yeah, this is a biological fact. 90% of a woman's eggs are gone. They're dead by the time she's 30.
All right, should we check this? Let's just check this. Because this is a hill he's choosing to die on.
Okay, well, yeah, but I don't care. Well, yeah, but I don't. The thing is, I don't really care. It could be 95%. I don't give a fuck.
I want to do an official Google
like that.
Age.
Oh, okay.
30.
It's possible. Look, I'm happy to grant him that. I don't give a fuck.
Oh, okay, right. It's a rapid decline in eggs after 30, but they're not all dead. They'll lose around 90% of their eggs by age 30, according to a study from 2010. I don't know if there's anything more recent than that, but that doesn't mean your eggs are dead. Getting pregnant in your 30s. Oh, here we go. Well, I don't know if I'm not going to go to mixed martial arts as a source. But
mixed martial arts?
Yeah, mixedmartialarts.com.
Yeah, that's
90% of...
Why is that a thing on there?
Uh,
okay, now I want to know what mixed martial arts have to say.
They want to say they're
doing
doing the Stefan Molyneux line here. Your eggs are dead.
But why are they? What does mixed martial arts have to do with anything?
Well,
what?
You have.
Oh, it's a forum. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I thought it was like the MMA had got together and be like, "Women, did you know you're barren, fruitless womb by 30?"
Gee,
Like,
rampant misogyny in a violent sport. I'm sorry, I'm not particularly surprised.
Stefan Molyneux verified account. That's the top thing.
What? This one?
The top comment there. Look, it says there, Stefan Molyneux verified account.
Oh, so it's just him on this website saying it. Okay.
What?
Is this it goes to his tweet. Okay. They shared his tweet.
Oh, it goes to his verified Twitter account.
Right. Okay.
Oh, who cares? Fuck mixed martial arts. Fuck.
Yeah.
Let's just grant him the statistic is true, even though he's worded it in a really ridiculous way. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, it's not the reason to have kids.
And you can adopt or foster if you want to later on.
Yeah. And
not just that, but I am going to have to ask Carl when he comes on, because later on in the piece, we won't get that far, I don't think. But he says they're going on about a man doesn't want to put resources into raising another man's DNA. And Carl nods in agreement, doesn't say anything. And I want to say, to Carl, have you got no backbone?
No.
Yeah, he's a stepfather. Have you got no fucking backbone? Because at that point, I'd have gone, Stefan, don't be a fucking prick on my channel.
Yeah.
Don't be a prick, okay?
Yeah.
Some people do want to do that, and that's fine. Or is Carl actually ashamed of that? In which case, why is he still there? Either way, what a fucking scumbag. Like, disgusting. Whatever.
By the way,
oh yeah, and he also Carl has the temerity to have a go at Scarlett Johansson as not being attractive enough, apparently, because he says she's 42 when she's actually 35, and he says she's not in a relationship, but she is, and she's got a kid. So I don't know what you want from her, Carl, exactly. And not just that, but look, have you seen you? Have you seen you, Carl? I don't think you're in a position to judge the. And they literally talk about it as not having the right goods anymore or something. Carl, look at yourself and look at the person you're talking to.
Yeah.
Like I say, it's like a million vaginas instantly drying up. As soon as you start talking, mate.
By the way, Saibi in the chat says 90% of my eggs have died just listening to this nonsense.
Yeah. Yeah. You are. I mean, it's both. It kills eggs, but it's also spermicidal. This conversation. No one. This is the least sexy thing that's ever happened.
All right. So hitting play.
Although again, if these two fucked and there was a sex tape, I'd watch it. You'd have to. It's rubbernecking again. It's like sexual rubbernecking.
Okay, good to know. That was a productive cough, by the way. Okay, here we go.
Well, hang on. He produced phlegm, or
Yeah, if you want to go into details.
Oh.
Non-productive coughs are just dry coughs.
oh, okay. I see what you. Oh, okay.
It's a coronavirus thing. Yes, it was not an unproductive cough.
Yeah.
That. Okay.
I had a productive shit earlier.
Oh, I'm glad to hear it.
For what it's worth.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually. Yeah. And I used some of my prodigious toilet paper
Yeah, you have like a whole room.
wealth.
Yeah, a whole
as well.
room.
And I wash my fucking hands.
Which we are also glad to hear. All right, hitting play.
Thank you.
They're dead by the time she's 30, and it's 98% by the time she's 40. Yeah, these are just facts. And it is facts that put a chill hand of mortality, I guess, up a woman's nether region.
What do you... No, maybe yours. Maybe it puts it up your nether regions, but no, you don't know anything about women, Stefan Molyneux. Nothing at all.
Well, again, it's always with these people. It's obviously way more complicated and nuanced. Yeah, some people feel the urge of the biological clock and all of that. That's fine. But by the way, that still means they've got lots of eggs with which to then procreate if they so wish. Or again, the options of adoption and fostering if they want to go down that road as well. Because again, it's a paternal instinct.
And it's always women's responsibility.
It doesn't necessarily mean you have to squeeze out a bowling ball-sized thing between your fucking legs. Like, there are other ways around the situation. And again, there's not as if there's a mass depopulation. I know there's a current death thing going on, but it's not like it seems like it's not going to be like a existential threat to the human stock, right? We're still going to have a huge population on the earth, far too much realistically. Although again, overpopulation is not an argument in any respect, but still we could do with fewer people, ideally.
I think that contraception's a great idea.
There's not a problem with that. Yeah, that's fine. That's absolutely fine.
I think I think only people who want to be parents should be parents. And whether it's an unplanned, like a surprise pregnancy, like, oh, okay, yeah, we're going to have the baby now, or it's planned. Those are great situations. But people who don't want to be pregnant, I don't want that situation. And no one should be forced to, have a child because they lack, because other people have decided that that's what they should do with their lives. Because this is always framed in terms of women. It's always about women. There's not, why aren't men out there doing more to be, setting themselves up to be dads, or, anything about like helping dads out or helping men out. It's always about controlling women and making sure they get pregnant. That's what these conversations are for them.
Well, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Well, because they just want more white people.
Well, and also they want control of women.
And it's, well, yeah, exactly. Yeah. And that's the thing. Ultimately, they'll try and paint this as, oh, well, we're not going to force anyone to do anything. But ultimately, if white women left to their own devices aren't having the amount of children you want them to have, how do you rectify that without some, at the very least, strong coercion?
Yeah, the fact is the best predictor of family size for a woman is how much education she has. More education for girls delays the first child, and the more education women have, the more likely they are to have fewer kids. You know what? Because before, women didn't have a choice, and you just would marry us off and treat us like property, and we didn't have any contraception. But when women actually have access to contraception, financial independence, and bodily autonomy and control of their lives, they like that. Yeah, and then they're going to control the number and timing of their kids. And it drives these guys crazy. Yep. It really does. Women should be out there having babies and getting out of my way.
Yeah, well, it's the whole thing when fucking Jordan Peterson talking to Donald Trump Jr.
Yeah, with his mistress
and someone else. Yeah, exactly.
With his mistress at the time.
The sexual liberation and how that was like the downfall.
Oh yeah. We don't really know the effect of contraception's had on society yet. It's just it's this massive thing that's shaped our society in ways we don't understand.
Yeah, terrible.
Yeah.
Awful. Yeah.
Women in their
let's-
reproductive
let's
autonomy.
Make women, let's make women literally barefoot and pregnant. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all they're good for. Sandwiches and sex, the only things at all.
Yeah, we definitely want to take them out of the job market when they're competing with young men who
And
want to get
glad.
careers.
I'm glad. Yeah, and I'm super glad that these people are taking their cues from a hypocritical drug addict who was trying to claim that other people need to get their lives together. Super honest of you guys.
Yep.
Lovely stuff. Again, not attacking the drug addict part of that. It's the hypocrisy of daring to say, I'm going to take prescription meds to the point where I need to go to rehab. But I'm going to
Tell
shame
people,
you for not cleaning your room.
Yeah, and it's,
lobsters.
Oh, and shaming feminists and shaming everyone else along the way and being dishonest about himself.
Exactly. All women are terrible, dirty sluts who need to close their legs and not use contraception, but also get pregnant at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, I'm just going to go pop a fucking whole vat of Xanax. See you in a second.
All right, so we're going to try to get through the first couple minutes of this because I want this to be over sooner rather than later. Okay, go ahead.
Well, do you want to just end it there?
Yeah.
But like I said, play the last 10 seconds, right? Because there's something genuinely. We've talked on the show before about how little effort Carl puts in.
Yeah.
And his editing for his normal videos is poor. This is how he decides to end. No, you can skip forward. Literally, we only want the last 10 seconds.
Oh, okay.
This is how he decides to cut the video. Again, this is on his channel. This has been done by him. This is the amazing editing work he did.
You watched all the way to the end, huh? Okay, here we go.
Because of what he was preaching, and then you get the example of like Hassan
last 10
Piker
seconds.
Oh, sorry, I thought
who do nothing.
All right, I got the minutes wrong. I was looking at the seconds, not the minutes.
I think it worked for me.
Right.
Well, why should it work for anyone else?
That'll do. Just
it'd be the last thing I'd want to do, but absolutely, it's what society as a whole should adopt. And it's the same thing. So I had a debate with an academic, Mac McManus, and it was a lot of abstract kind of stuff, immigration, this and that, which is, it's fun and interesting and, worthwhile to, for me, it's like a warm up. It's a warm up to the kill shot.
Is he
of,
going to cut stuff on mowing you off?
Life, right? And this guy.
There. Didn't he? Not even in the middle of a sentence, in the middle of a word.
Adjustments from there. We may increase, we may decrease, we may.
Oh, that was shit.
That's amazing. Didn't even get to the end of the sentence. Couldn't even bother to get to the end of the word.
Not even a fade to black.
Just done. He's the laziest fuck in the world. God almighty, what a schmuck.
Mm. Okay.
Anyway, so that was a thing.
Well, that's almost 2 hours for us, so I think that's a double happy hour, a double bubble.
Exactly.
Oh man.
But anyway, I'm going on strike. I demand double pay just to annoy Ben Shapiro.
Please, anything to annoy Ben Shapiro.
And if I don't get it, the Muslims win. So
yeah, the Muslims.
Yes.
So many questions. Can ask him about his failed campaign. Can ask him if he's still a member of UKIP. Where the Revolutionary Youth Army is.
Yeah, it goes super well for them.
If he screamed at anybody else's house lately. Did you just walk up to people in your neighborhood going, "Debate me, you Oxford twat," or whatever he called them?
Yeah.
Yeah, so come back tomorrow night for that. We really can't advertise anything else except that now, right?
Yeah, 9 p.m. Tomorrow evening, UK time.
What should I call this
10
stream?
10 p.m. Germania.
Yeah. What should I call the stream?
Call it Sargon is a fucking prick.
See, this is why I don't ask you for title ideas.
Well, Kristi, all I can say is if you can't accept my truth, my brutal truth,
don't ask.
Then you're just stifling you're clipping my creative wings, Kristi.
All right, so what's the topic of the discussion? Did we discuss this on air or off air? I can't remember. It's all blending.
Well, we discussed it off air, but basically the title. This is why I suggested the title, because I'm mainly going to be talking about how much of a prick Carl is. So that seems fair. No, it's basically his thing about like women having a duty to have babies. But again,
All right.
only white women, because if white women don't have babies, then the Muslims win.
Well, I think he's going to cover that by saying British values, but of course what you need to do is stop any kind of immigration to keep the current population distribution in terms of ethnicity, and then get white women to outbreed everybody.
And I'm going to advocate that white people be disallowed legally from being able to breed unless it's miscegenation.
There you go. You guys can...
White people are not allowed to breed with white people.
So, like, Carl on breeding, or Sargon procreates or something. I'll have to come up with a title. I don't know. I'm under pressure, but anyway, I'll find something.
Just call it Sargon is a fucking twat. Fuck Sargon is a piece of shit.
That definitely will.
I hope you're listening, Carl.
That will definitely get taken down for bullying. All right. Well, before then, are you having...
Well, can it be bullying? Can it be bullying if it's true? Can it be?
Well,
really?
You have to appeal it first, and probably it'd be a long process. It might just be
well,
easier.
Kristi, is there anyone more appealing than me? Really? Come on now. Come on.
Yeah, so we'll figure out a venue to host it. Skype, probably not, or Hangouts, or...
We'll see. Is Madison Square Garden available? Because I reckon we could get bums on seats.
They probably would just show up in the chat, so we don't have to rent it out. Even though I'm sure we could get it for a good price right now.
Yeah, not exactly rammed with bookings at the minute, I imagine.
So Cybeat's coming through again. Sargon and the Missing Eggs.
Although the New York Knicks are winning just as many games there at the moment. Hey, because they're shit.
All right, so Sargon and the Case of the Missing Eggs. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I don't know.
I like it. I like it. I wouldn't even interview you. Thank you, Tony.
Yeah.
Nice one. All right, well, yeah, I think I said we were going to go, and then I just got off on a tangent. So I will set up that hangout.
We haven't had anywhere near enough Hummel chat recently.
Maybe what you need to do...
We're going to lose that sponsorship.
We'll get pictures of Matt Hummel and Hummels up, and we'll put them on the screen for the show. How about that? Yeah?
That's necessary, yes.
Right, very good.
Because Matt's rang me the other day, and he was like, Kev, you haven't even talked about me in the last few shows. What's going on there? And I said, how you going on, Matt? How the fuck did you get my number? This is weird.
That sounds like...
And why are you speaking in a Brummie accent? That's really strange. Peculiar.
All right. Well, thanks to the people in the chat for stopping by and be the first people to learn after me that Sargon is going to come on the channel tomorrow night. And thanks to my co-host Kevin, I think, for setting this up. I might regret it by tomorrow. Who knows? This time tomorrow? Who knows? Well, we definitely...
Well, if he even turns up, who knows?
Yeah, he probably won't turn up. But in which case, yeah, we'll have more fun.
Yeah. We'll have fun.
All right. Yeah.
We'll do a pub quiz night. I don't know why I said that. We've got nothing prepared.
No. Guess what you're doing tomorrow? As a backup.
As an emergency pub quiz.
Yes. Hummel-based.
Just pull out of my back pocket, yeah.
We do a Hummel-based pub quiz.
Well, how many questions can you do about Hummels?
I guess we're going to find out.
Yeah. How many types of Hummel are there?
Well,
One.
we'll learn. We'll look.
Shit.
Everyone's going to read the Wikipedia entry now in order to cheat. Okay. Anyway,
that's the problem. That's the problem with doing quizzes online. You can just Google it.
Definitely, unless you have everyone turn over their.
There must be. I haven't done a pub quiz in ages, but there must be so much cheating now. Everyone can just get on the internet.
It would be
must
so
be
easy.
Pointless.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Well, now that I had a Pringle, because I thought you would talk longer.
Well, I could sense that it would be awkward for me to stop, so I stopped.
Yeah, you have that spidey sense. You definitely know when I'm mid-drink or something.
Yeah. When you want to talk, I talk, and when you want me to talk, no.
Can I just say? So I bought this.
I'm like a.
Yeah. Again, here we go. I bought this new lotion, body milk, and it's supposed to be perfume free, but it smells like fish. So I actually had to, like, I don't know, it has a bad smell to it. So rather than have that, I have hand sanitizer that I keep in front of my computer now, and that was preferable. Alcohol was preferable to stuff I just
smelled
felt,
like fish.
It smells fishy. I don't know why, but it's awful. And I don't like fish. This is it. I don't like the smell of fish, and so now trying to eat a Pringle, it smells like fish. It's like I'm eating a Pringle fish stick, and it's just not a good combination. Anyway, that's.
Well, I'll tell you what. I've now grown accustomed to the mango and papaya shower gel.
Have you? You're liking that?
Very nice. It smells really. I was in one of my many "oh shit, I just touched my face" moments.
Yeah.
Which still happen because I'm an idiot, and I was like, "That smells really nice." my hands smell lovely. I just got out of the shower. I was like,
"Oh."
So I might try and stick with the mango and papaya.
Yeah, good.
Because I'm not pretentious enough, you understand. So I have to stick with the mango and papaya.
If you're getting bargain basement mango and papaya body foam for your shower, I don't think you're too worried about being hoity-toity there. I think that's pretty working class.
Yeah. I don't know. Go into your local miners club and go, I'll tell you what, I smelled lovely after having a shower with that mango and papaya, Jeff. Like, no, come on.
You don't know how many of...
I was drinking. I was sunbathing in the back garden during the summer, last 2019 summer, drinking a pint of guava juice, and I thought, I'm a working class hero. I really am. I worked hard to earn that guava juice. Fuck it, that's fine.
Enjoy it.
And it's nice.
Yeah, don't let your inner communist, shame you for enjoying things that
I've got
are
a tiny
material.
Communist inside me.
Yes. Is saying no.
Well, occasionally, yeah.
Be more class conscious in your body gel shopping.
Exactly.
Criteria.
Is orange juice allowable? I don't know.
It's a bit sticky, I think.
It's a bit sticky, but you meant a shower gel, you dopey fuck. No, I meant is drinking orange juice acceptable?
Well, you jumped that train. I was
the
still in the
lag
shower.
is not helping either of us. The lag is really not helping us here.
You went from shower gel to orange juice, and in your mind, you had to stop at guava juice. I did not make that stop.
Yeah,
I was still on the shower gel.
Like
shower
Alex Jones
juice.
with his. When I get onto the testicle news, I'm going to cram one more in.
Yes.
In his mind, he'd moved on to, I want to cram one more caller in, but the sentence hadn't stopped. So it sounded like he was going to force one of his plums into or something or other. I don't know.
You have to ask Carly's position on testicle cramming tomorrow. So many questions.
Well, presumably, if he's going to be consistent, he's okay with pussy grabbing. So presumably, if he's consistent about it,
testicle
say,
cramming.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. All right. Well, on that bombshell. People in the chat, thank you for coming by. It was good to see all you. Come back tomorrow night, but 2 hours earlier. We'll see if Carl turns up. If not, we'll just mock him mercilessly, which is what we do anyway. Yes. Goodbye. People in the future, thanks for watching all the way to the end. Thank you to my co-host, as ever. I've got tears in my eyes just at the end for the orange juice bit. Got me crying, so thank you.
Yeah.
I've been Kristi. Yeah, guys, all been awesome. Goodbye from me, and goodbye from the Kevster. Say goodbye, Kevin.
Goodbye, Kevin.
It was just kind of plain and boring, but you added a pause, so it made it more dramatic.
Well, no, I think that's because I'm hearing you 5 seconds later than you say it, because the lag is
really bad
ridiculous
tonight. All right, goodbye, everyone.
And it doesn't do great for the confidence when I do a silly little joke,
the show yet.
And then you react. then it's seconds of silence, and then you laugh because it makes it sound so fake. But it's just because you're only hearing it just then.
Yeah, I know. Okay, can I end the show now?
No. This goes on forever.
Goodbye.
I suggest we just carry on for the next 20 hours
and
then just talk like